processes are working. Maybe it's that the communication issue, we are not seeing the deliverables every month or say every quarter. So I cannot really evaluate which one I would say is the best based on the results that I have been seeing.
Gareth, what's your view on this?
I have to agree. I was going to say Minister Philip Powell based on the 3 megawatt project because energy is a very big deal. But however, the shady happenings with that project allows me to reconsider my decision, basically. So
you were going to say he is one of those who has impressed you?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes, because I believe energy is a big issue, and it causes a lot of foreign exchange in the long run. So I would say him, but the dealings in terms of the transparency, in terms of the selection and so forth, has allowed me to kind of reconsider my decision.
All right. We're talking with 4 young Jamaicans, all born after 1982, on the state of their country. This is Impact. Stay with us.
Save up to 60% on your light bill every month with Getty's Refrigeration. We sell, service, and install eco-friendly AC units for your home or office, even if you didn't buy it from us. Our expert technicians are available 24/7 to service any AC unit island-wide. Get cool and stay cool all year round. You can afford it. Call or visit us today. Getty's Refrigeration, first in service for over 65 years.
Home & Things have the things to beautify your home.
That's right. Your bedroom, your living room, your bathroom, and your kitchen too.
Because at Home & Things, that's just what we do.
So whether you're building or refurbishing, Home & Things has everything to beautify your home or office.
At the best prices, guaranteed.
Home & Things for quality.
Home & Things for price.
Home & Things for variety and everything nice.
Home & Things, Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. For brands you know, brands you can trust. At the lowest prices.
Guaranteed.
Your key. Your home. Your accomplishment. Open the door to home ownership with a mortgage from NCB. NCB, we do mortgages.
Welcome back to Impact, a discussion here with 4 young Jamaicans, young people, all under 30 years old. We have Sherry Palmer, final year student of banking and finance at the University of the West Indies. Gareth Robotham, he's a vice president of services and special projects at the UWI Guild of Students. We also have final year student of law at UTech, Ivan Godfrey, and economic and statistical analyst at UTech. He went to UTech, Valdemar Wallace. So we looked at the Prime Minister, we looked at the Cabinet. During the break, there was a discussion about whether the problem lies with the Prime Minister or the fact that she has 19 members in the Cabinet who are not performing. Yeah? Sherry, let's turn our attention to the opposition. Because under the system, the opposition is part of the government. Yeah? So what are your impressions of the performance of the opposition leader?
The opposition in itself is in a bit of shambles now. I really haven't seen much in terms of advocacy with some of the challenges being faced now with the leading government. And I would love for that to change. Hopefully the new leader, if it's still Andrew Holness or if it's Audley Shaw, hopefully maybe there will be more challenges. However, not because the opposition is there to oppose, I would like to see more unity, as long as we're working in the right direction to accomplish the country's goals and objectives towards accomplishing economic development.
Ivan, what do you make of the current opposition?
The opposition is seen as a government in waiting, and I think that currently we have a teamwork deficit in Parliament because, as Sherry was saying, the role of the opposition is not only to oppose. There must be some point where there is some policy that if you, as the opposition, do not like this policy, you have an alternative. Or there must be something that the government is doing that you agree with and that you can assist with. And this teamwork deficit, it rips through the fabric of society.
What about the opposition leader's performance?
Well, he came in with a lot of fanfare, people calling him, and still calling him, a transformational leader, and the prominent, or the coming of youth into prominence, and I don't really see that. I'm not seeing the difference between...
Well, you should be his natural constituents.
I can't...
He's closest in age to you at 41.
I can't support somebody just because they're closer to me in age.
He's not inspiring you, he's not?
No.
What about you, Gareth?
I believe the opposition is too focused on winning the next election. Therefore, they are not paying attention to their immediate role as opposition in the House of Parliament. I believe there are too many areas where the government has fallen, where the opposition would be quick on its feet to say, hey, this has happened, adjust it now, right? I believe they have been focusing on regrouping from their loss in 2011 to focusing on the next election, rather than playing their role as opposition, right?
What about Andrew Holness's position that I'm a transformational leader, I'm taking Jamaica forward, I'm the new man of change? Are you impressed with what you've seen from him?
I am not impressed so far, because as a transformational leader, you should be able to reach all the demographics, right, of society. Because we, as young people, we are not feeling that connection to him. He went in with a lot of fanfare, as Ivan said, but somewhere along the line, he has lost us. Somewhere along the line.
What is he not doing right?
Well, I believe communication is key. I don't believe he's properly addressing the downfalls of the government and properly engaging the public to view his opinions or his options that the opposition should have. So therefore, he becomes lacking in the leader as the opposition. But I do believe after this election, whoever wins, they will be revitalized. Right.
Is there anything about Andrew Holness's leadership that you admire?
Yes, I do.
What?
I do, because he announces that he's not for corruption, right? And he's a transformational leader. I also admire him because he says that he's able to stand up to the traditional party supporters, right? And for me, that takes a lot of courage and bravery. But however, you still have to be able to include them in seeing your vision.
Yeah. Valdemar, your assessment of Holness as leader?
Holness's leadership, I'll put it this way. The leadership challenge that he's experiencing now is one of the best things that have happened to the JLP in quite a while.
Why do you say that?
Now we have an opposition that is working. Now I'm seeing and hearing alternatives to what currently exists. I remembered after the election, I understand it was a huge defeat, right? No problems there. Then what I saw was this body that should be the government in waiting, as Ivan said, just there, as in they're on autopilot, cruise control. And I understand when he says transformation. I really do. But what I don't understand is if every time I speak to you, I have to be saying, I am transformational, then probably there is something wrong with your definition of transformational. And if you look in the current race, the shift in demographics, you see the old guard supporting Andrew Holness, and you see the young and uprising supporting the Shah. And I still, I don't get
contradiction.
it. I really don't get it. Why is the old guard backing Andrew Holness? And why are the young individuals backing the Shah? I'm still trying to understand why. I know it will come out closer to the election.
Has that struck you as well, Sherry?
Yes, it has. However, I'm not really sure why exactly. Maybe it's that Andrew Holness has somewhat, maybe, in a sense, disappointed us as the youth. He should have been the transformational leader, and we probably should have been able to relate to him. However, he has failed in that regard. And also, Odisha, other persons, I've been seeing that they're saying Odisha will be better able to match the current Prime Minister. And I don't think we should basically prefer a leader who would be able to match the Prime Minister. Maybe we should look at the person's capacity to lead and not just their age or not just based on the preference there. Let's see how exactly have they been working. How exactly has Andrew Holness been working in his constituency? How exactly has Odisha delivered in the past as finance minister?
But it adds to a part of the problem that we have, because Alder Shaw said that the party is there to win state power. That is the goal of the party. And if the party can't win state power, then we need to look at the party. I'd want to believe that the first lines would be the party is to improve the country. And these are the alternatives
But you
we
can't
have.
improve the country if you don't have state power.
But you can't win state power and then try to figure out how to improve the country. You come up with a plan that can benefit the country, and people should see this plan and then vote for it. Every election, my vote is up for grabs. I do not decide until a week or a few days before the election, because I'm one of those boring people who just sit down and go through the manifestos. I listen to the rhetoric. I look at performance over the years, and then I say, you know what, this is what I believe is the best way forward. The JLP race now, I still have not seen or heard the plans. And I'm not a delegate, but I'm still interested. But I still haven't heard the plans. I keep hearing Andrew, and up to now, Mr. Holness still hasn't outlined the plan for the JLP should he still remain as leader. And I'm starting to wonder if, as leader, he had a plan for the JLP. The closest thing I heard was the sentence that we have them where we want them. We give them a few months or a year or two to make some mistakes, and know that they're settled, we can now attack them. I don't know that I would like my leader to ever take a break from improving my life, unless he or she's on vacation. So by extension, is it safe to say that Mr. Holness was on vacation? That's the question that I
But what of Mr. Shaw? Do you think he has it?
Mr. Shaw, he's a fiery one. I'll be very honest with you. When I read his profile, I realized that he has a MSc, and a part of his specialization was public relations, and he has that. In terms of temperament and so on, I do believe he has a lot of work that needs to be done.
He needs to tone it down.
He has to tone it down. But if you look at how the campaigns have been running, his campaign is a little more mature than Mr. Holness's campaign, which again is very surprising.
You say yes. Why, Ivan?
I actually made the comment on Facebook for another program, and they read it. The election seems to be looking very oddly, was the term I use, because somehow he is currently painting himself as the more mature, calm, and controlled and cool person out of the two. And that is surprising to me, because as Valdemir said, he is normally the more fiery one. And he was
a JLP, is what you call in politics. Attack dog.
And in this short space, he has been able to reposition himself to look like a viable alternative to Andrew Holness.
If you were all delegates, at this point, would you make up your mind? Sherry?
Well, I haven't seen the plans, so until I see the plans, then I would make a decision.
But you wouldn't make up your mind just based on what you've seen?
No, not based on what, because anyone can come and present or just change their whole behavior and decorum in a split second just to gain votes. But if I do not see the plans, then I cannot vote.
Gareth, what is your gut feeling if you had a choice?
I am all for the debate, the national debate.
They said they're not having any.
They should have, because there it presents to the country, not only to the delegates, the person who you would say is Prime Minister in waiting, right? Based on what the issues are, and I haven't seen a manifesto from each of them.
Let's pick up on that point.
Okay.
Who is looking more Prime Minister in waiting after the break? Stay with us.
In celebration of Jamaica's 51st anniversary, Fosterich gives you up to 51% discount on your electrical purchases. Choose from a wide selection of wires, conduits, SWA cables, switches and plugs, breakers, contactors, and more. Building or refurbishing your dream project? For all your electrical needs, visit Fosterich at 79 Malines Road, 9375099, and 3 Cottage Road, Mobay, 9719117. It's Fosterich Electrical, your electrical salespeople. Happy Independence Jamaica. Sale ends August 13th.
Jamaica Insurance Company Limited, a member of AIG Property Casualty, is a leading general insurance company in Jamaica. Our philosophy is to provide quality service through innovative products and fair and speedy claim settlement. Through our dedicated and professional employees, we handle all classes of commercial property, liability, personal accident, travel insurance, personal property including disaster mortgage, professional risks such as directors and officers' liabilities, and other unique products. Visit us at the Towers, 25 Dominica Drive, New Kingston. Chartist Jamaica, your world insured.
Visit Spencer's Tailoring for suits ready to wear same-day service. They offer alteration and other tailoring needs same-day service. Remember, dressing is more than an impression, so buy your suits today at Spencer's Tailoring. In Kingston, shop number 19 to 21A Central Plaza. Telephone 929-6024. Mandeville, shop number 3 Willigate Plaza, 962-0013. And Caribou Area St. Anne, telephone 974-0750. Spencer's Tailoring, the difference is class.
Home and Things have the things to beautify your home.
That's right. Your bedroom, your living room, your bathroom, and your kitchen too.
Because at Home and Things, that's just what we do.
So whether you're building or refurbishing, Home and Things has everything to beautify your home or office.
At the best prices, guaranteed.
Home and Things for quality.
Home and Things for price.
Home and Things for variety and everything nice.
Home and Things, Old Hope Road and Constant Spring Road. For brands you know, brands you can trust. At the lowest prices,
guaranteed.
Welcome back. We're talking about Jamaica from the perspective of 4 young Jamaicans, Sherry Perrier, Gareth Robotham, Ivan Godfrey, and Valdemir Wallace. So, just let us wrap up this GLP leadership race issue. Gareth, you made a point. Prime Minister in waiting. Who of the 2 candidates you think is more prepared, better suited at this time as to fit what you perceive to be the credentials of Prime Minister in waiting?
At this time, I really can't say, because both have not unveiled their manifesto that they would have planned, not only for the party, but also for Jamaica.
All right, Valdemir, your position on that?
It's very hard. Before former Prime Minister Bruce Golding stepped down, I would have said Andrew Holness easily. Know that he was Prime Minister. Know that he has been the leader of the opposition for about 2 years. At this point, it is hard to just wholeheartedly say Andrew Holness. So and then again.
So he has been diminished in your eyes after?
Yes, yeah, for a number of persons he has. I mean, when he became Prime Minister, I was looking for the transformation. I really was. I kept waiting for it. And even up until now, he still says that it is coming, and we still haven't seen it. So I don't know how long we should wait.
Which of the 2 you think is more Prime Minister?
I cannot choose, but one thing I'd like to big up Andrew Holness for, the other day he had a town hall meeting on Twitter.
Yes.
And I believe that...
Really, Evan?
Yes. No, as young people, a lot of us do not read newspapers. We do not watch news programs. And
oh, you're in good company, the Prime Minister?
but seriously though, and I think as a leader, you need to find a way to engage the youth. A lot of leaders world over.
Is it that you don't read newspapers, or you don't read?
We don't read the physical paper
by holding up the paper.
We read it
online.
So that's the thing, you need to be able to access the youth and the people where they are or where they are accessible. Angela Merkel does it in Germany. The American government does it in America. Why can't we do it in Jamaica?
Yeah, Obama does it in America.
Does it.
So you think that is a good signal by Mr.
It
Holness?
is a very good signal.
I think so too. What say you, Sherry?
I agree.
That he's getting into social media and connecting at that level?
Yes, I agree. However, why wait until this point? Why wasn't he doing it all along? That's the question I have to ask, because he wasn't really interacting with the youth before as leader of the opposition. So why wait until it's now time to seek votes?
So we're blaming people for not doing things early enough now.
No, it's just in general, not just Andrew Holness, but other persons as well. The level of consistency, really.
You know, Sherry, just to add, right?
Yes.
There are very few persons who would say that Andrew Holness after the leadership challenge is the same Andrew Holness before the leadership challenge. So it was a good thing. Yeah. Still is a good thing.
Moving on to crime management in this country. Yeah? All of you. Do you feel safe when you go about your business, Gareth?
No, I don't.
Valdemir?
Absolutely not. My cousin was here a few days ago. While we were driving, he was listening to the news. And he was like, "You're so violent," because we just kept murder, charge for murder, rape. And then he was asking if this is the norm. And I really felt away because it brought it home. Because I didn't feel safe before. But now that we're here, I think we're slowly becoming immune to the fact that we're not safe. But in the eyes of the outside world, some persons may view us as close to savages based on our murder, cancer killing spree.
What about you, Sherry? You're a young woman, 20 years old. Yeah? Do you feel safe? Do you do what 20-year-olds do, go out, enjoy yourself and drive home?
Well, no, I do not feel safe. And maybe I don't think I should feel safe after leaving here and this program. I don't even feel safe on Twitter, for example, because if you would express certain views, maybe there's a Twitter war, persons will attack you. And similarly, if you would like to express your views in the public, persons will also attack you as well. Oh. And as a young woman, no, definitely not. And also with the smartphones, you cannot walk anywhere with your Samsung Galaxy without feeling...
The owner comes first.
The owner will just come and take it and maybe even abuse you as well.
So what do you do to protect yourself?
Well, I try to always travel with someone and my mother, but sometimes we still don't feel safe. So we just have to be very hopeful that nothing happens.
So don't you go to parties and get
I'm not really a party person.
Okay.
And one of the main reasons is because I don't really feel safe.
What about you, Ivan?
Well, I think the immunity effect has hit me because I don't personally feel unsafe. However, when I watch the news and I see the number of people that are being killed and abused and whatever, it is very alarming. And even though I feel safe, I wouldn't feel safe with my mother walking on the road, my aunt, or anybody in my family, really.
Have you been a victim of crime or anyone close to you?
Well, the last time you asked me that, I said that I look extremely miserable, so people don't normally approach me on the road.
But this matter of crime, yeah? You're all young people, yeah? And there are certain things you do when you're young. Yeah?
I should do.
You should do. It's a rite of passage. Yeah? Is that changing, or today's young Jamaicans do things differently than my generation, 2 generations ago? Yeah?
Well, I believe that based on the economic situation, persons are forced to do things that they may not otherwise have done, based on the unemployment rate, based on our basic living standards. Persons are forced to go into crime, persons are forced to steal, persons are forced to rob. And that's very unfortunate.
I'm not going to accept that, though. I'm going to challenge you on that. Yeah, we have always had poverty in this country.
Yes, yes.
Poverty is not new to us.
Yes,
yes.
Yes.
From slave society, we've always had it. Yeah, and why should we use that as an excuse to say we're going to steal? Or
No. It's not an excuse, right? But I just
say an explanation.
Persons are more likely because the situation today was different from 20 years ago.
How so?
How so? Because the standard of living has fallen. Right?
Has it?
Yes, because our basic commodities
the standard of
has
living
become
now is much higher than it was in 1960, 1970,
but to add to
1980.
Guard, if you allow me.
Yes.
Right now, compared to 20 years ago, and I'd welcome any challenge on it, it is easier to break the law now than 20 years ago.
Oh, yes. That I will agree with you.
Yeah.
Right.
And not only to break the law, but more importantly, the point you make, to get away with it.
When you look at the number of arrests, and then you look at the conviction rate, right? It is not something I wish to repeat, because every time I hear it, I believe that if I say it again, then someone may hear it and believe that I have a better chance of getting away with a particular crime than if I did not know. But it's really appalling.
Well, we have 2 minutes, and I want to leave the last 2 minutes with you guys. Which Jamaican today inspires you, that you take heart from, you take courage from? Yeah, when you hear, see them, you feel good about yourself as young Jamaicans. Which Jamaican? Who would like to start? Sherry?
I'm still thinking. However,
Ivan?
All right.
I would have to say Julian Robinson, because as somebody who wants to go into politics later in the future, or might go into politics later in the future, I think he's someone who I might want to emulate, because of how serious he takes his job as a parliamentarian.
As the State Minister of Energy and Mining. What about you, Valdemar?
If I were to choose one Jamaican who inspires me, and this is not cliche, but it is a fact, it's my mother. I don't know how she overcame the challenges that this country put forward to get me where I am now. And she did it. And I know that if she did it and she stayed in Jamaica and did it, then I know that it inspires me to go on, because I do have brothers, I do have friends, but I can't think of the fact that what is in it just for me. Each life touches another life. And if each of us can touch another life, then I believe that we can change the country.
I noticed you say your mother. What about your father?
My father as well. My father as well. I'm from a divorced family, and I do have influential male figures in my life. Okay. And I believe that that is key to...
that Jamaican woman.
Yeah, whenever we hear about the strong black woman, I know, because I have that experience.
What about you, Gareth? Who inspires you?
Well, my mom as well, but also I look to Professor Gordon Shirley, because he has been an inspiration based on the fact that he has made so much contribution to Jamaica without going into politics or representational politics, right? And he has used his brain, his academics to serve the country other than seeking political mileage or platform.
Hear you. What about you, Sherry? Made a choice here?
Yes, my mother has inspired me. However, I'll also like to mention Mina Israel. She has inspired me mainly because I have passion about the finance sector, and she climbed the ladder of success and is now at the University of the West Indies. She has reached a level of self-actualization and is now realizing her dreams to contribute to the development of the education system and also to the regional institution, the University of the West Indies.
Thanks very much, Sherry Perrier. Ivan Godfrey, thanks much. Valdemir Wallace, Gareth Robotham, thanks much. That's our program for this week. We want to say thanks to you for joining us. Please do so, same time, same place, next week. Goodbye.